everyone, welcome to Beauty First in 10. I love makeup and football, so I combined my two favorite things into one channel. If you're new to football and to makeup, or you're a pro, I hope you enjoy this video. Please hit the subscribe button down below to be notified of new videos as they are released, and please hit the like button at the end of this video if you enjoyed the content. So last video, we talked about undertone and skin tone and how to pick your right foundation. And I will link that video in the description box down below. So today we're going to talk about what goes on right before that face product, and that is makeup primer. And then we're also going to talk about Coach Prime. So starting with makeup primer, a lot of people have confusion about what makeup primer is. So what does it do? How does it work? Do I need it? Is it just for special occasions? Is it just an unnecessary step? So those are all good questions, and it can be a little confusing because there are a lot of different makeup primers on the market. But at its core, a makeup primer should help you to smooth out texture, fine lines, and pores. All of us have one of those three that would be nice to smooth out even just a little bit. So when you put that makeup primer on, it allows the primer will kind of flex with the skin and allow the foundation to stay undisturbed. The other big thing that makeup primer should do is it should make your makeup last longer so that it's not fading throughout the day. So if you're seeing that, this could be part of the problem. Other things that it can do, depending on the product, is decrease your shine, bring down redness that you might have in your skin, especially kind of, like in your cheeks and chin, kind of that T-zone area. It can also give you a dewy glow in some products, and it also will provide a barrier. So if you are a person that has some sweat, there's a barrier between the sweat from your pores and your makeup, and it makes your makeup last longer. So if I've convinced you now that you definitely want to try primer, let's go through some steps for application. So step number one is you should always have a moisturizer on and set before you add your primer. It's a really important step. You want to have nice hydrated skin when you're putting this primer on top of it. Step two is it should be the last thing you do before you do makeup. So all your skincare steps, whatever those are, whether it's serum and essence and all the things, you want to have that all on your skin, including your sunscreen, before you start applying your primer, and then right after that will go the makeup. The amount you want to apply is a pea-sized amount. So picture what a pea actually looks like, and a really nice round pea is what you want to add. And so you can put some dabs around the surface and then kind of blend them in. Generally, you want to start in the middle of your face and work out. The middle of your face is where you're going to have the bulk of your larger pores and also your shine. So starting here and working out is also more helpful for getting even coverage. And keep in mind, you can also put it on your hands, you can put it on your neck, you can put it on your décolleté, so you can smooth out anything you want with a makeup primer. The other thing is you're just going to apply it with your hands, just like you would a moisturizer or a sunscreen. So you're just going to kind of buff that into the skin and, just give it a few minutes to set. I think that's the most common problem that people have when they use it. And then lastly, you want to just make sure that if you're still seeing creasing, you can actually take a little bit of that primer and actually put it into your foundation and then apply that to the skin. That will just give you a little bit of extra blurring and a little bit of extra makeup wear. Okay, so products that you want to try. You've bought in, you know how to buy it, you know how to put it on. Now which products are we going to go with? So there's two types of primers. There's silicone-based primers and non-silicone-based primers. Silicone-based primers are going to give you a nice smooth surface. They'll blur those pores, and makeup is just going to glide across that surface when it's applied so that there's not any tugging or tough areas. My favorite of the silicone-based primers is Cali Ray So Blown, which is actually what I have on today, and also Wet n Wild's 5-in-1 Essence Primer Powder. It's a little bit of a different situation because you have a powder on there, but you put that powder on and then you put the makeup on top of it, but you can also use that powder as a finishing powder, and that is actually the finishing powder that I have on today. And I've linked all the products for what I'm wearing in the description box down below. So For non-silicone based primers, they will often plump texture and give you a little bit of hydration, and they also will allow the grip to adhere to the skin. So with that grip on the skin, foundation can actually adhere onto it and stay longer. My favorite of the non-silicone primers is Smashback's Primerizer. It's a nice hydrating primer, especially if you have dry skin. And the other one I really like is from Innis Beauty Project, and it's their Face Glaze. That's one of those primers that is going to give you a little bit of a dewy glow to your skin. And so I really like that one just to kind of brighten everything up, and that glow will come through your foundation. So now that we've talked about makeup primers, let's talk about Coach Prime. So Coach Prime is all the rage. So I thought it would be great to talk about him so that you all can get to know him, because he's going to come up a lot, I think, in this college football season. Coach Prime, aka Deion Sanders. He is the current football coach for the University of Colorado Buffaloes. Last year they went 1-11, and this year they're off to a 3-1 start. But they are so fun. The hype is totally great. I am all in, especially if you have a team and they're already not looking good in the college football landscape, then this is a great team to jump on board with. So how did he get the name Prime? When he was in high school, he was playing in a basketball game and he scored 37 points, and one of his friends called him Primetime. And the name just sort of stuck through high school, college, and in the NFL, and he became Primetime. And he did really well in primetime football games as well. But when he became a football coach, it sort of morphed into Coach Prime, and that's what they're calling him today. So who is Deion Sanders? He is the real deal. He is a great football player. He played 14 seasons in the NFL. He played mostly on the defensive side of the ball as a cornerback and a punt returner, but he also did a little bit on offense with wide receiver. And he also played 9 seasons in the Major League Baseball. He was an outfielder, and he also has played in not only a World Series, but he has also played in the Super Bowl twice. And those are the teams he's most known for, the 49ers and the Cowboys, which are the 2 teams that he won the Super Bowl with. But he's also an NFL Hall of Famer. He has commercials. He's a cool guy. He's got his own style. He has his own brand of sunglasses now. He also has a show on Amazon Prime called Coach Prime. There's a lot of times the word prime is used in this video. And he did a rap video with MC Hammer back in the day, and he has this guy as his bodyguard. So what's the controversy? Sounds like a great guy, right? Well, so when you're brutally honest with people, and he is, you can sometimes rub some folks the wrong way. And he's also a little bit of a diva, and so that causes some problems too. One of the things that's a little controversial this year is when he took over for University of Colorado. They had gone 1-11 the season before, fired their coach, and then hired Coach Prime. But he mostly handpicked the players for his college football team. So when you take over a team, you usually inherit the players as well. But he kind of went out and got different players and told players that were on the current team, not all of them, but some, that they should enter the transfer portal and see another team. So about 50 players from the Buffalo team did leave, and he brought in a lot of great recruits. They have the #1 recruit in the nation in Travis Hunter. He plays offense and defense, and both of Sanders' sons, Shiloh and Sadur Sanders, also play on the Buffalo team. So if you want to watch them, the next game they'll play will be on Saturday, September 30th. It's going to be the big game kickoff on Fox. Should be nationally televised, starting at 11 a.m. Central Time. You can check them out and you can see what all the hype is about. So other headlines this week, there was some notable injuries. So Travis Hunter, that we just talked about, took a pretty big hit. That was a little bit dirty last Saturday against Colorado State. So he was running at full speed trying to catch a ball. It went over his head. The play is dead at that point. There was no reason to tackle him. And so as he was running full on, a Colorado State player just stood and pushed him into the ribs, and he ran in full speed on it. It lacerated his liver, And the good news is he's doing better and he should be back in a few weeks. And I put that play down below. I believe there should have been more of a penalty for that, but you can take a look and decide for yourself whether you think that's a dirty hit and he should have been ejected from a game. The other big notable injury this week was Nick Chubb, the best player on the Cleveland Browns team, was hit in a really bad, severe, although legal, hit. And I've linked that down below. They'll talk a little bit about the hit and also about the anatomy and what this recovery time looks like for him. But it's probably going to be that he's out for this season and hopefully not next season as well. And for a little tea with your football. So it is rumored that the new series that came out this year on Netflix called Quarterbacks is up for season 2, and that Matthew Stafford of the LA Rams might be one of the quarterbacks that they're going to feature this year. So we'll wait to see who the other quarterbacks are going to be as they release those names out, but it would be fun to see Stafford, especially because the Rams look like they're going to be good this year. So remember, you are the captain of your own ship, and so if you're not headed in the right direction, only you can turn it around. Until next time, please remember to subscribe. The button is down below. If you enjoyed this video, please like it, and please share with your friends if they also like makeup and beauty. And I've linked all the descriptions and those NFL plays down below, and I will see you in my next video. Have a great day.